Hello everyone! Oh gosh, okay. Sorry for the bit of the delay. Welcome to Stanford Vietnamese Student Association's 13th Culture Night titled Threads of Happiness. I'm Joanne Nguyen, and I'm the Culture Night director this year. And kind of like a little fun fact about the production itself, the title is actually a pun when you translate it in Vietnamese. Because G is the word both for thread and only. So when translated directly, it's like threads of happiness, but it's also only happiness because, well, you read the synopsis in our program, beautifully designed by Callie, our assistant director that's currently in Kyoto. Yes, so it kind of talks about the character's focus and wanting to focus on happiness in their life. Also as well, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears have definitely gone to the show. And I'm super grateful to everyone who has been part of this project, who's here with us today or far away. Special thanks to the following groups for supporting us: ASSU, the Stanford Fund, ASA, Stanford Arts Associate, and as well as Peizu for providing us with the flags. I'll keep it short since you guys can probably look through the program. But yeah, thanks again for coming out today. And I would ask you all to please rise now for the American Vietnamese anthem.
Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to the 13th annual Palo Alto by Night. Woo! Clap or something, come on. Anyway, we've got some great performances lined up for you tonight. And to kick things off, we have a special performance by Mulakong, or MLH, featuring traditional Vietnamese pets called Nom La. Please welcome MLH to the stage.
Đôi mắt em trông vào xa xa, cớ sao không nhìn thấy anh? Từ lâu đã nói em xinh như một thiên thần. Ghét ghê ai kỳ cầm xuân với bao nhiêu ngày tha, bỗng anh làm tan ước mơ. Người yêu tôi hỡi xin đừng nói câu mình dối, trong anh xót xa do em lần nào. Mây khắp dương gian trong một đất kia lửa tan để xuân hủy hoa. Mùa xuân đang đến cho mình sắc hoa rực rỡ, cho nắng em thao buông đầu mới cho mình mới, cho lứa đôi ta một nhìn đất không rời xa và tình cười thêm thiết tha. Mang lời ca chân này yêu thương hạnh phúc sum vầy, Tết năm nay nó vẫn đông đầy. Gió mang hương về dần dịu trong cái chim xa vời, dần qua con tim sao bồi hồi. Xuân sang cánh lá đâm chồi, bao một cuối qua rồi, đưa con về với yên bình, với gia đình là nghĩa ân tình. Cây mai đào khoe sẽ có thêm màu, nhẹ nhàng trong nắng xuân tươi hồng tình nhà thêm thôi. Ba mẹ đang mong chờ bạn bè ta áo mới xuân thật với bạn những bao gì đây.
The dance was pretty cool, I guess.
It's time for dinner. Hoa, come out here right now. I'll be right out. What are you helping me cook and set the table. I honestly don't know how she'll find a husband in the future. What kind of girl stays in her room all day to draw? And take care of the house.
I was just working on my designs, that's all.
What, you want to be a fashion designer? You should focus more on your schoolwork or help around the house more. Have you even started your college applications?
I've started on them, and I'm meeting with my counselor on Friday to talk about FAFSA and other scholarships.
What schools are you applying to?
Well, I was thinking De Anza, San Jose State, and Brown.
Brown? Where's Brown? I've never heard of that before.
Well, it's actually out of state.
Out of state? No. We're not going to let you go out of state.
But it has a really great design program.
No, it's too dangerous. What if something happens to you? We won't be able to get to you right away. You're a girl, and in life, girls always have more to lose, in relationships and in the workforce. Plus, you can't even take care of yourself when you're at home. How can we trust you to be able to take care of yourself when you're so far away from home? Absolutely no. But no buts about it. End of discussion.
Mary, can you pass me the gun, please?
Of course, Gone. You should have more meat, too.
Man, is it okay if we go out with my friends tonight? One of them's having a birthday party, and we probably will stay late, so let's go to school. So, okay?
Okay, just don't forget to bring everything you need with you.
Oh, thanks, man. I'll be sure to come home by dinner tomorrow.
Man,
What?
can I go stay at my friend's house? We have an AP chemistry exam on Friday.
Who's your friend? Is it a boy or a girl? Who are their parents? Where does your friend live? How long will you be there for?
Well, he's a boy, but hey, why are you asking me all these questions? You didn't ask Huang any of these questions, and he's going to a party.
It's different. Your brother's older, and he's a boy. I worry less about him. Girls shouldn't be hanging out with boys all the time. People can misunderstand. Why do you have to go to his house to study? What do you do at school all day? When I was your age, I had to help my mother around the house, and I wasn't allowed to hang out with boys outside of school. Now, answer my questions.
Well, it's my friend Ryan. We've met him before, and he's at the top of our class, if that makes a difference. We also run into his parents at the supermarket all the time. He lives by school, and he also offered to give me a ride if that makes things more convenient. And I'll probably be there for about 2 hours. Is that okay?
What time are you going?
Tomorrow from 5 to 7. I'll be back home by dinner.
You should go earlier so you can come home in time to help me with dinner. But I'll think about it. Now, hurry up and finish eating so we can wash the dishes and clean the table. I still have to do Juan's laundry.
Gosh, isn't he old enough to do his own laundry? What is he, 5?
What did you say?
Nothing, because he's so good.
As a woman, you'll have to learn to put your family first and do your best to take care of them. You'll understand when you get older.
I mean, he's 22 years old already. Isn't that old enough to do his own laundry? Like, he's going to college. Isn't that where they teach you independence?
What nonsense. I'm his mother. As long as he lives under my roof, I'll do my best to take care of him.
But you make me do all of my own laundry.
Yes, and it's good for you. I'm preparing you for the future. The woman is the one who takes care of the housework.
I'm not going to marry some lazy bum who makes me do all the housework. That's so unfair.
There's nothing unfair about it. When you get married, you'll have to take care of your husband and his family.
Man, that's so old-fashioned. You do realize we live in America in the 21st century, right?
How dare you talk back to me? Just because you were born in America doesn't mean that you're American. You still have to remember that you're Vietnamese. Are you saying that you'll disregard all of your responsibilities as a wife and a mother just because you find it old-fashioned and unfair?
That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that there's nothing wrong with splitting the work and sharing responsibilities and having my own freedom, even if I do decide to get married.
End of discussion. I have to go do Juan's laundry.
Wait, man, can I go to Ryan's house tomorrow?
We'll see.
Hey, I'm sorry I had to push this up until 4. My mom just really wants me back home to help with dinner.
I'd probably just be watching YouTube videos and doing it, so it's fine.
Hey, does your mom ever ask you to help around the house, like doing laundry or cooking?
Of course she does. Of course I do. She'd get so mad if I did.
See, I don't get it. Why is it that my 22-year-old brother gets treated like the prince of the family? And why are you so busy with school, but my mom is constantly nagging me to do more and more around the house?
Come on, practically all Vietnamese parents can tell you the answer to that. Something, Vietnam War, wanting you to live that way from there. About your princely brother, though, that's a mystery all on its own. I'm surprised she hasn't made you bow down before His Highness.
Exactly. Jeez, it's like as if being nitpicky about my weight and my acne and my hair will somehow make me a better Vietnamese woman. Do you know one of the reasons why my hair is so long is because my mom says, black hair accentuates the Vietnamese beauty. Whatever that means.
Wow, that doesn't sound like your mom at all. But yeah, I think I get you. Heck, I'm always being told I need to, never mind.
Hey, is something the matter?
Oh, no, it's nothing. Anyways, have you told your mom how you feel?
I mean, she wouldn't understand and she wouldn't care. I want so much more than to just be a good housewife. And you know about my dream to start my own fashion line. I feel so constrained by what she wants from me.
Well, our parents have their own definitions of what happiness is. To them, it's all about stability and a concrete sense of direction. If you remember where they came from, of course they think that way. But you want something more than just that.
Yeah, it's really hard because I just want to do my own things, but it really takes a toll on me debating between what she wants from me and what I want. Does this happen to you?
Well, sometimes, but I always find a way to handle it. Anyways, at least it's senior year. In less than a year, we'll be off to college and free to make our own decisions. How about we apply to school out of state and get away from our families?
My mom would be so against it. And sometimes I can't help but wonder, what if she's right? What if I'm not good enough?
What do you mean you're not good enough?
I don't know. I know I always complain about the fact that she's constantly nagging me about whether I can take care of myself, but what if she's right? What if, I don't know, I can't make friends? What if I don't know how to handle anything that happens?
What? You've got to be kidding me. Look, I sometimes think myself lucky you're my friend because of how warm, kind, and generous you are. You're also super smart and capable. Don't let your family get to you. I mean, it's easy for me to say this because I'm not in your shoes, but you've got to keep your head up. And if you ever need anything, I'll be here.
Aww. You're right, James. Maybe I should go talk to the counselor about gowns. Do you really think I have a chance of getting in?
What kind of a question is that? Of course you do. And you never know until you try, right? If you apply, at least you can say you tried and won't spend the rest of your life wondering what if and regret everything.
You're honestly the best, James. How do you stay so positive?
Well, I try. Let's get back to these buffers and titrations.
Come in. Oh, it's nice to see you again. Have a seat. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, I guess.
You shouldn't look it. College application testing you out?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I have great intuition, I guess. Well, I will do my best to help you through this college application process, so don't stress out too much. I see your academics are outstanding, and with your extracurriculars, I think you're in great shape to apply to go to college. What part's got you worried?
Well, the thing is, my mom really wants me to stay in-state for college.
I see. But what do you want?
I guess I've never really thought about what I want. I've always known that I wanted to go to college. I just never really thought about where.
Well, there are a lot of great things to consider when choosing a college that is right for you. So I would suggest you not to just limit yourself to individual colleges, since there are great colleges all across the nation. You know, there's actually a lot of advantages to going to one out of state. What do you think they are?
I guess being far away from my parents. Learning to be more independent. That's all I've got.
Okay, true. But the most important thing is that you can develop a voice and thoughts independent from your own parents. There's so many academic opportunities, so many life experiences that just can't be found at a college near home. Do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess, but the thing is, my mom really wants me to stay close to home, and my family doesn't make a whole lot of money, so I don't really know if we could afford to go out of state.
But, look at this. There's financial aid. It turns out, in many cases, it's actually more affordable for a student to go to a private university out of state in the States. I mean, I still live with my kids.
I mean, I'll think about it, but as I said, my mom really wants me to stay close to home so that she can keep an eye on me, and so that, I can learn to take care of things around the house. Plus, I don't know, I'd feel kind of guilty going off and enjoying myself at college while my family has that burden of financially providing for me.
I understand how you feel. But I wouldn't want you to miss out on an amazing opportunity, especially with the potential that you possess. You're a gifted kid, Hoa. Go after the school that you feel is right for you. Give me your hand. Just promise me you'll think about it.
I promise.
Can you believe it, Hoa? We made it. We're officially Brown students. Hey, now what's wrong?
I don't know, I guess this all just feels a bit surreal. Like, I totally thought I was gonna get rejected.
I told you need to give yourself more credit. Come on, cheer up. We're both here now. That's all that matters, right? We should be happy. We should be celebrating.
You're right. Sorry for being so down all the time.
Don't apologize. This is your college experience, and more importantly, your life.
I know. It's so hard. I just wish that I could feel more control over my own life, and that I could feel more brave about pursuing my own happiness. How do I do it, James?
Now, don't worry about it. Come on. Hey, let's check out some student groups, huh? Have you thought about joining any?
Not really. Probably just a fashion club. What about you?
Well, I was thinking about joining the film club. I've been getting into film recently, and since I know my parents would be super against me going into cinematography, I decided why not try it out as a hobby. Hey, what's this?
Hi, so I'm May. So, Association, or VSA. We're primarily a cultural organization, but we also do a lot of work with public service and activism. For example, we host Hoa nights, do college workshops for high school students, and we also do a lot of activism in the Vietnamese and Vietnamese American community. For example, we'll be hosting a workshop about mixed-race children after the Vietnam War. And, of course, one of our most popular events is Culture Night.
That's nice. Could you tell me more about line dance?
Yeah, for sure. We perform both on and off campus, and we're super booked around the holidays.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. I always wanted to join line dance, but I was always afraid of the man with the big belly and the band. This bobblehead mask thing kind of freaks me out.
You mean Umde? Why would you be afraid of him?
Like, have you seen his eye holes? They stare deep into your soul.
I guess I have to agree with you on that. Say, what's the relationship between you and Hoa? Are you two applying together as a couple? Oh, but it's like you're young and in love.
No, we're just friends who have known each other for a long time. Plus, you're barely older than me.
Alright, I guess you got a point. Say, nice camera there. Are you into photography?
Well, this? I mainly do film, but I do some photography on the side.
Nah, I bet you're just being humble. That's actually so perfect, because we are actually in need of like a filmographer and a photographer for Culture Night. Would you be interested?
Seriously? I'm a total amateur.
Nah, I bet you're great. Say, why don't we grab some boba later? We can look over some of your past work, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions about Culture Night and VSA as a whole.
Just you and me?
Yeah? You and me.
Why?
Never heard of dates before? have to and all, but I mean, it's up to you.
Well, what?
Is something the matter?
No, it's just that I didn't expect that a girl would be the one to ask out a guy.
Well, I'm not one who thinks a guy always needs to make the first move. I mean, it is the 21st century after all. So, pick you up at 4?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you
Hey, why'd you run off?
Well, I saw you hitting off things with May, so I figured I would go talk to other people.
I mean, I have no experience with girls.
Are you two doing something later?
Yeah, we're gonna grab boba.
Is it a date?
I feel like I should have been the one to ask her out.
It doesn't matter who asked who out. What matters is that you're both interested in each other.
Well, yeah, sure, but my parents are always telling me that the guy should be the one to make the first move.
Sometimes I wonder if you're also old-fashioned too, James. Anyways, do you need help preparing for your date?
No, don't worry about it. I can handle it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Alrighty then, good luck. I'm gonna go check out that dance group over there.
Alright. What do I do? What should I wear? What do I say? Wait, does she even know where I live?
Such a long week. When will it be over?
You're telling me culture night auditions are this week. Why did we decide to do this week 6 again?
Hey, are you complaining, intern? You're not even doing that much work. Imagine what it's like being culture night director.
Your girlfriend is right. Stop complaining so much, James.
I'm joking. Anyways, start going up, Bob. You're in charge of fashion for culture night. Have you got the music and clothing figured out yet?
Yeah, I've actually been thinking of trying something new this year. Usually our fashion shows only showcase Ao Yai, but I want to showcase a lot of other beautiful Vietnamese clothing.
That's actually such a good idea. I heard that other types of clothes like the Ao Ba are symbols of working class women and they're really popular in the countryside.
Yeah, I really want to use Ao Ba because Ao Yai were actually designed to discourage women from working. Not to mention, they're supposed to emphasize slenderness and femininity. Come to think of it, Ao Yai kind of remind me of my nagging mother.
Speaking of which, how are things with your mom?
I mean, I call her every weekend, but all she ever does is ask if I've made any friends or whether I'm learning how to take care of myself by doing laundry.
She asks if you've made any friends? Does she think you're a loner or something?
No. What she means is whether I found any potentials. You know, like potential guys to date in the future. Because even though she does want me to to eventually marry well. She thinks that I should focus on school now and boys later. She's so confusing. I wish she would just, I don't know, care about my own happiness. Not to mention, she always brings up the fact that my brother is this golden child and that I should be more like him. Please. All he does is sit on the couch and watch TV all day.
Ooh, that's rough. I mean, are you happy here at least?
Of course I'm happy here, but every time I start thinking about my family, I get sucked back into all this negativity, and I don't know, I feel like I've been doing so much to try to love myself more, but every time I get in this place again, I just feel like I've made no progress. I'm getting a headache just thinking about it.
Hey, are you okay? You've been getting a lot of headaches recently.
Yeah, he's right. On top of classes, VSA, fashion club, and dance, you're also working part-time at a thrift store. How much sleep do you even get?
Well, I mean, I try to get 5 to 6 hours a night, but I haven't been sleeping very well recently.
Well, of course you haven't been sleeping well with such little sleep. Is it really necessary that you do so much and take on a part-time job too?
Of course I do. You know, I need to make money so I can pay for books, and plus I'm learning so much about the harmfulness of fast fashion. Because of that, I've been doing a lot of my own research.
Really? For what?
Well, it's a little far-fetched, but I'm thinking of starting my own ethical clothing line. My mom would be totally against it, but it just makes me sick seeing all these tags of clothing on at work that have the countries that are developing. And I don't know, just thinking about the fact that all these workers are underpaid and overworked, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Well, I mean, it's great that you're learning so much, but adjusting to college is hard enough. You need to take care of yourself, especially if you're dealing with stuff back home. Listen, I'm not going to push you to do this, but I think you should seriously consider telling your mom how you feel. It's important that she knows how her words and actions are affecting you.
I mean, I'll think about it, but I just have so much on my mind lately. But I can't quit. Not when I have responsibilities I'm going to take care of. Actually, speaking of responsibilities, I have to go to dance practice because we have a competition next week.
Could you at the very least visit the health center though? I've been there before for a lot of stress-related issues when I'm feeling really anxious and overwhelmed, and it helps a lot.
That seems like a good idea. I promise I'll check it out first thing Saturday. Bye.
Bye. She really is something.
She is.
Say, how have you been doing? I know chemistry's been pretty rough for you. How was your midterm?
I did fine.
Okay. I know I was joking earlier about culture night stuff, but is it really overwhelming you? I know you've been pretty booked playing and dancing too.
No, not at all. Well, actually, kind of, but I can handle it.
Are you sure? You know I'm here for you, right?
Yeah, I know that, but just trust me, I can handle it.
Okay. It's just, I hate seeing you so overwhelmed all the time. Do you really have to keep this all to yourself? I don't know if I'm overstepping any boundaries, but you know you have Hoa and me to talk to. We're here for you.
I said I'm fine.
Wrong answer.
Sorry. I don't talk to you guys about my struggles because it makes me feel so incompetent. How do you guys both handle classes and everything so well? Being a guy, if I can't handle this thing, how am I supposed to be counted on to support a family one day?
Well, there, are you thinking a little too far into the future there? Besides, who says Hoa and I have it all under control? We literally just told Hoa how she needs to take better care of her health.
What do you mean?
You're overwhelmed by your workload and you're struggling to come to terms with what your family expects out of you as a man, whatever that means. You told Hoa to be true to her feelings and to follow her heart, yet you're here lying to yourself. You have friends who love you and support you, yet you choose to sit here and suffer by yourself and internalize all your issues. We're your friends, and I'm your girlfriend, for God's sake. Why won't you let me in?
I'm sorry. It's just hard for me to do that. I've always been the sort of person that keeps things to myself.
I know, and I'm not saying you have to completely change yourself and tell us all about your issues if you're not comfortable, but I just want you to know that we're here for you, and you don't have to do this alone. Anytime.
What?
Oh, hi, I'm Dawn.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Sunny.
Hi Ryan, it's nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Miguel.
How are
I'm doing well. Come this way. Come take a seat. How are you doing today?
you? I'm doing fine. Well, actually, not really. Sorry, I'm not really used to talking about my problems.
I noticed in your appointment request you mentioned you've been feeling overwhelmed. Haven't been feeling well. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, I've been feeling really overwhelmed lately, and I keep getting all these headaches because I haven't been sleeping well at all.
My friends recommended that I stop by the health center.
I see. Do you have an idea of why you've been feeling so overwhelmed lately?
There's just so much going on in my life.
I'm in VSA, fashion club, and a dance group, and I work part-time in a thrift shop.
And as things keep piling up, it's getting harder and harder for me to deal with it all on my own. I want to reach out to my friends for help, but I don't want them to think I'm weak, so I just act like everything's fine when it's not.
Wow, it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. Have you considered reassessing your priorities and possibly dropping an activity? I mean, I think it's great that you're involved, but your health comes first.
Well, I mean, I've thought about it, but how can I give up all these opportunities? Plus, I have so many people depending on me that I would feel like a failure if I just gave up.
I've been trying to keep up a happy front, but I feel like I'm closing myself off and that all my interactions with people feel so distant and fake nowadays. I know that I shouldn't feel like this and that I need to be stronger, but I still feel so lost.
When did you start feeling this way?
Well, before going to college, I never really knew what I wanted to do. Growing up in a conservative Vietnamese family, I was always told that as a girl, I needed to be more feminine and graceful.
My family wanted a man who was strong and capable of dealing with things on his own, so before coming to college, I was always used to keeping my problems to myself.
I wanted to push away my Vietnamese culture because I felt like I couldn't fit that mold of what it meant to be an obedient Vietnamese daughter.
By chance coincidence, I ended up joining the VSA, and my perception of what it means to be Vietnamese American drastically changed.
And I realized I wasn't the only one who struggled with the gender expectations of the older generation.
And that just because I have differing values than the older generations doesn't make me any less Vietnamese, but I still feel conflicted.
Could you tell me more about that?
Well,
I think despite all the breakthroughs I've been having, my family still doesn't understand where I'm coming from.
I'm just so worried that my mother will dismiss any feelings I have.
There's already a lot of tension back home, and I'm afraid that our relationship will get even worse because everything I'm doing seems to defy what they have planned.
What if she doesn't care? I don't know if my heart could handle that.
It's normal to feel lost, especially at this age. In your case, it seems ever more difficult, especially since you don't feel like you have the support from your family. Even though it seems a little scary, I would suggest that you talk to your mother.
If you keep it all bottled up inside, then it'll only be harder for you to confront your problems. And that will take a toll on your mental health because it seems like it's been on your mind a lot lately. Well, we have a couple minutes left, so I want to ask you one last question. What do you hope to gain from this experience?
I guess I just want to be happy.
Trời cao ngàn ánh sao, em nhìn theo biết nơi phương nào, ai sẽ đưa em vào tình ái ngọt ngào. Nơi đây niềm ước mơ mà em đã vẫn luôn mong chờ anh đến hòa chung với em cùng nhịp trái. chung với em một trái tim. Người ơi hãy đem yêu thương lại để em thấy đêm không quá dài và cùng nhau mình đi đón tương lai ngày mai. Người ơi hãy trao nhau ân tình để em nghe âm con tim mình cùng với nhau nhẹ nhàng phiêu lãng trong tình yêu. Hãy đốt cháy lên bóng tối trái tim, hãy đón lấy em siết chặt ôm im. Hãy đốt cháy lên hỡi những chiếc hồn với những đam mê em cần như thế. Người ơi hãy để em thấy đêm không quá dài và cùng nhau mình đi đón tương lai ngày mai. Người ơi hãy trao nhau ân tình để nghe âm con tim mình cùng với nhau nhẹ nhàng phiêu lãng trong tình yêu. Người ơi hãy trao nhau ân tình để nghe âm con tim mình cùng với nhau nhẹ nhàng phiêu lãng trong tình yêu.
The group is way too modern.
It's time for dinner. Hoa, come out here right now.
On a second.
What are you doing in your room? You should be out here helping me cook and set the table. Ever since going to college, you've become even lazier. How do you even eat in college? You don't even know how to cook.
Man, I eat in the dining halls.
What, and is that an excuse for you to be lazy and not learn how to cook? How will you ever find a husband in the future? How will you ever be happy?
Hold up. Do you even hear yourself? Your daughter is going to college to get a better education and a better understanding of the world. But all you ever care about is whether I'm going to find a good husband in the future. Is that all you really see me achieving in life?
How dare you talk back to me?
I am not talking back to you, Matt. I am finally standing up for myself. Do you know how much I hated myself all these years? Do you know that I used to think that I had to listen to everything you said because I was being an obedient daughter, and that I had to follow everything you told me to do because I was a pathetic human being? I can't do this anymore. Do you know how much I used to hate my Vietnamese identity? Before coming to college, I used to think that I had to be submissive and obedient and domestic, but I could never do that. I am not that person. I've realized that there is so much more to my Vietnamese identity, and that isn't defined by the strict traditions put in place by the older generations. And you, Huang.
Hey, what about me? I didn't even say anything.
That's it. You never say or do anything. You're my older brother, but you have never been there for me, and Matt is always babying you.
How could you say that to your older brother?
Am I wrong? Matt, you do everything for him. And if you're not doing it for him, you're making me do things for him. You treat him like a prince and me like a servant. Hoa! Hoa!
How could you say that?
Why is she being like this? She's been acting out like this ever since she went off to college. How could she do this to me? I mean, am I in the wrong? I've done everything anything right. Without her father, I struggled to get here with nothing but the shirt on my back. And I was still able to give her a roof over her head, food for her stomach, and a good education. I even let her go to college out of state. After the war, my family was so poor. My mother always said that if I wanted a better life, I had to find myself a good husband. And ever since that day, I vowed that I would never let my family go poor, even if that means finding a good husband for my daughter. I mean, that's all I've ever known. I don't know what else to do. What else can I do?
so much for coming out to our culture night. We hope you enjoyed the performances, especially the fashion show. Special shout out to my best friend Hoa for designing the clothes and helping me direct. Also special shout out to my boyfriend Ryan for taking pictures and recording the video. Again, thank you so much for coming out, and we hope you have a fantastic night. Oh my god, Hoa, those clothes were so beautiful. I'm so lucky to have you as a best friend.
I wouldn't have been able to do this without the opportunity you've given me, so thank you so much for that.
I'd like to introduce Marcy Tessier-Levine.
Oh, really? I'm so flattered.
Hello. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marcy, and my clothing line is Macro Materials. I saw your fashion show, and I also read your mission to create a clothing line that is both responsible and who is making it and what is being used. This really resonated with my vision, and I was wondering if you would be interested in entering over this. I am in the process of creating an ethical fashion brand, and I would love to have you on board. What do you say?
Wow! I can't believe it. I would love to hear more about this opportunity over a meal sometime.
Well, you better believe it, because here's my business card. It's
Wow, I knew you always had it in you, Hoa.
Hi, Bob. Yeah, what are you doing here?
I thought I would surprise you and see what you've been up to. I heard from Ryan that you've been working hard on Culture Night, and that it would mean a lot if I came to see you. Ryan helped me get here.
Oh, when did you get here?
I got in last night.
So, what do you think?
You did a good job.
You really think so? Do you think you have a chance in the fashion world?
I wouldn't think too far ahead. I would see how you do at your fashion internship first.
Oh, how'd you hear about that?
Well, I overheard you two talking, and you still have a long way to go to prove to me that you can make it, but I can see the potential, and I can see how happy you are.
Oh, you really think so, man?
Well, everyone who was sitting around me was mesmerized by your work, so you at least have that going for you. I just don't want you to be like me and regret not going after your dreams.
What? You've never talked about this before.
Well, I used to want to be a singer, but my parents were against it since musicians are doomed to live a poor life. They always told me that they wanted me to marry well and so that I wouldn't have to live a life of poverty. Then came the war, coming to America, and starting a family, and I forgot all about my dream. But since you and Juan grew up in America without having to deal with all that, you two still have a chance at going after your dreams.
But man, you can still go after your dreams.
Oh no, Mom, I'm too old to be a singer. Plus, I realized I really don't like being in the spotlight. My current dream is to be a good mother to you two, and to see you both succeed and have a better life than I did. But I realized that if I want that for you, I'm going to have to start letting go of the idea that I'll always know what's best for you.
And I'm so thankful for everything you've done for the two of us. How is Juan, by the way?
That good-for-nothing boy is working part-time to help pay the rent. And he's helping out around the house more since I realized it does him no good for me to spoil him.
Thanks for that update. I'm so glad you could come out, and I know how hard it was for you to come out and support a path that you didn't really think that I would take, but I hope to show you one day that this is a path I chose and that I'll be happy with it. And I hope to make you proud. Thank you so much for helping me bring her out here, Ryan. You're the best.
No problem. Don't forget about me when you become famous, okay?
Everyone, let's take a celebratory selfie.
Let's dance.
Chào người bạn
So after the program, we're going to have food outside, so be sure to stick around for that. If you liked any of the music I was playing during the show, don't worry, because on the program, it's on the featured list, or featured music thing, so yeah, thank you again. Have a great rest of your evening.